your skin, it soaks through your skin, soaks down to the bone. That means it's helping with your ligaments, your tendons, with your muscles, and with your joints. And I'm talking about your back joints, your knee joints, your hands, your hips. Listen, if you've got a condition in your hands or feet that could start as tingling and become incredibly severe, you're going to find that Rejuvenate not just helps with that, but with everything I've just mentioned and more. Listen to the testimonials. They're extensive and they're astounding. Next, I want to talk about Restore 3.0. It's our first third generation product. And Dr. Bevan has truly created something incredible using a base of two ancient superfoods, olive oil with olive leaf and black seed. They've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. They mention olive oil in the Bible. They found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. But Dr. Bevan uses several elements in a unique and special way to benefit our bodies. With olive oil, he uses several elements to tune up and detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria. Now, that's the unique to us aspect of this whole thing. It's what sets us apart. It's our name, MoreMito, short for mitochondria. And as we said, Dr. Bevan discovered a way to replace your mitochondria, not tune it up, not affect it, not stimulate it, but to return the levels you had when you were a kid. That's completely unique and different, and achieves the things you're about to hear on this phone call. We use flaxseed to increase your energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady. It's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like a hit of caffeine or sugar with a big high followed by a deep valley crash. Cellular energy is steady. That means you get to live life again on your terms, to its fullest. No need to sit on the couch and watch it all pass you by. You do something strenuous, there's a short recovery time. You experience the disappearance of your brain fog and just the ability to get back to it. That happens with cellular energy. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has blended to create Restore. The blending's critical. Dr. Bevan will tell you that if you take a handful of vitamins, you'd be lucky if a third is not a complete waste, overpowered and canceled out by other things in that handful of vitamins. Everything needs to be in the proper proportion to itself, but then it's the XDS that allows your body to use it like nothing it's ever been able to use before. And so just understand, this is not just throwing a bunch of things in a pot and stirring it up and putting that in a bottle. It takes 8 weeks, start to finish, to make a bottle of Restore. It's like making wine, and the results are astounding. Next, I want to talk about our newest product. Some of the ingredients we need to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid phase. Dr. Bevan has created Renew Brain and Body small capsules with these additional ingredients to increase your mitochondria. Renew stands on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore and helps with blood flow in the legs, in the brain, helps with the firing of the synapses in the brain, that disappearance of brain fog that's so critical, and completes these 3 products, complete the triad of products to increase your mitochondria back to the age when you were a kid. Now listen, there's one additional product, our 4th product, for some of the most important members of our families, the pets that we own. If you've seen a dog that seems bound up, hobbled, can't walk up and down stairs, you may have a cat that's hacking up fur balls and, just has become lethargic, just lays around. Bring your dog quickly back to puppy stage, your cat back to kitten stage, and help them with all the things they face, including allergies, by giving them Petlife. Restore their mitochondria as well. It's quick. Listen, there's no faking it with an animal. There's none of this, gee, I think I feel better. You see it. You know it's working, just like all of our products work. So 4 items: Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, Renew Brain and Body, Petlife. There's nothing like what these 4 things can do in your body. For that, I'm going to turn this back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dale. How to have amazing gut health, boost your immunity, get rid of that unwanted belly fat, all of those good things and more is what Dr. this week we have been talking about gut, Dr. Dan. It is so foundational to anything that happens in our health. Let people in on the conversation we've been having. Go right ahead.
Yeah, one of the things that's so shocking that most of us don't about, because we have an epidemic of obesity in our society and diabetes,
Right down.
along with heart
You do need
disease
some
and
for
everything
yourself
else that
and for your
goes
dog.
in line
Yes.
with that, high blood pressure and everything else, is that the good bacteria in your gut versus the bad bacteria determines to a great deal how lean you will be, how what your mood will be, whether you're inflamed throughout your joints. All that comes down to two broad categories of bacteria. There's firmicutes that, when they take that out of fat mice and plant it into the lean mice, and the lean mice will become fat very quick. When they take the good bacteria out of the lean mice and plant it in the fat mice, the fat mice will become lean. And it does it for one thing, the firmicutes take a lot more calories out of the food, at least 150 calories. But more than that, it changes your appetite, makes you want to eat when you should be satisfied. It makes you want to eat things you shouldn't eat that they want, that's not good for you. It's this form of bacteria that has such a sweet tooth. And so we do so much to destroy the right ratio. You should have about 3.5 pounds of good bacteria to maybe a half pound of bad. And so overall about 4 pounds in your colon of the bacteria that's processing your food and signaling up through the vagus nerve to your brain how you feel and causing inflammation to go down, your immune system to level out. But we, because of what we eat, the things we put in food, the ultra-processed food, the preservatives, polysorbate 80 is one that really destroys these. The emulsifiers that I used to always use ranch dressing on my salad dressing, on my salads, and the emulsifiers in the salad dressing destroys these. And then the worst is the antibiotics. It doesn't destroy all of them. You take a round of antibiotics, you destroy about 30% of that. And it may not build back up 9 months later when they check. It may not get back to where it once was. Chronic stress, the cortisol is destructive to it. And then the fluoride, chlorine in the water is that we consume is destructive to it. And then we don't get enough fiber. And one thing I want to mention is artificial sweeteners. Sucralose and saccharide are the two they identified that destroys the bacteria in the gut. Now, we don't get enough fiber. People that are really lean, boy, they take in a lot of fiber, 100, 150 grams. And for our society, we're more like 10, 15 grams. And we want you to start building up over a period of 3 weeks about 35 grams of food that's fibers. I used to always take a lot of probiotics. I have some in my refrigerator right now. They say those just sort of pass through, they do a little bit, but they don't really take hold. It's the fermented food that takes hold. Things like kimchi, fermented sauerkraut, true sauerkraut that doesn't use vinegar. And there's another one I'm using that's fermented beets. And the nice thing about fermentation is it eats up the sugar. So you can take things that you might not normally take once it's fermented and be extremely healthy for you. That's the best way to build it up. But you do too much in the beginning, you may feel bloated and uncomfortable, so they have you build up over a period of time. Yogurt, things like this. So it's very, very important. If you want to be healthy, you want to be lean, you want your immune system to work the way it's supposed to work, you want to avoid cancer, because actomycin bacteria is one of the best ways to avoid cancer. You have to learn how to rebuild this. And Roger, I think to do this right, we're going to have to write this up and put it in the back office for people, because there's a lot here, and how to do it. Each week you change a little bit on what you add and build up. You don't try to do too much at a time, so people aren't uncomfortable and bloated. But once your body adapts to it, you gradually build up with a variety of foods, a wide variety of foods. But each food may stimulate a different good, positive bacteria in your gut. There's a lot of different forms. So we want to help you on that. And then Dr. Elliott Genius has uric acid that's in that, and that's one of the things we use, resistant starch to build up in the gut. Uric acid keeps the lining of the gut healthy, so you don't have leaky gut. And then the olive oil, olive leaf, and black seed oil are fantastic for this, and they keep the bad forms down and help feed the good forms. So all this has been put together, and then it brings down the stress level. Stress is another, what I just mentioned a minute ago, is a destructive fit. So we're giving you a lot in the Restore and in the Renew product and stuff. So I'll get back to you, Roger, but unless you want to comment here.
No, I'm going to bring you back toward the end before we bring on Dr. Joy. All right, thank you, Dr. Dan.
Okay.
So some facts for you. I mean, you can't be really that healthy if we don't address that gut. I mean, it's so foundational. 70 to 80% of your immune system cells are in your gut. That makes some sense, right? Stuff can kill you comes in that way, right? Your gut contains so many neurons, it's referred to as your second brain. We're going to talk about what happens with that vagus nerve. 90% of the communication isn't going from your brain to your gut. It's going from your gut to your brain. What are they talking about? All that stuff you crazy, okay, or not. That's good for you or bad for you, all right? It's just such an amazing thing. All this stuff that makes you uncomfortable in terms of autoimmune diseases often starts in the gut because things are getting in your bloodstream when your gut's not healthy that your immune system has to go after. So it's a very complex situation if you don't have a healthy gut, all right? That was exactly the situation that Courtney, who was introduced to us by Grace, had. The first thing is she talked to me early on because she was going through some detox symptoms. You know, your body has to adjust the formulation of your body's going to prioritize the energy from some instances to get rid of toxins. It may be uncomfortable for you for a little while, so we got to sort that out. The other thing is that the COVID, she had COVID on top of that. What's it doing? Exhausting and killing mitochondria everywhere, including in your gut. So let's benefit from the conversation that I had with her, and then we'll unpack that. Give me Grace White one more time.
Courtney, are you there? Yes, I'm here, Grace. Go ahead. Can you share real quick what happened to your stomach and why you're using the MoreMito now? Yes. Hello, Mr. Roger Hill. So I had conference with you. Remember, I was having those reactions, and I took it slow, like you said. I kept using it. I just took it a little slow here and there, only using like just a little finger on my fingertip, just a little in the palm of my hand to rub my places that was bothering me. But originally, I got the product for my stomach. My stomach since coronavirus time. And I got this because after hearing all the testimonies, I'm like, I gotta try that on this stomach of mine that I can't just stop flopping all around and giving me acid reflux. And I rubbed it, and I had my talk with you. I was getting hot, and then it would pass through me every time I used it in the beginning. The heat that I was experiencing would pass through me in about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And I would even have to sit down and like lay something. So I just wasn't feeling right. I thought I might have been having an allergic reaction, like we talked about. Well, I kept using it, and I noticed that immediately I did notice that my stomach was not having any issue. I mean, I'm talking about, I felt it doing something on my stomach. My daughter felt it doing something. I think it was the SDS that she felt. It was moving fast. And so my daughter was even more of a celiac, so I'm going to just rub some on her stomach. And I want to tell you this, that now when I use it, I'm not getting any reaction. I've even just used the oil.
Okay.
With no white cream. Because I couldn't believe I didn't have a reaction.
Okay, so for everybody, what you're hearing is her body going through the process of sorting it out. Okay, that's just the way it is. And it comes out better. So thank you for giving us that example, Courtney. We really appreciate it.
Great testimony, Uncle.
You're welcome. I'm just surprised. I don't have any more. I have
heard. She used the natural products, our
Thank you.
technology, the brain and body bundle,
Okay, thank you, great.
and built her mitochondria up. And she had
So
great
if you
results.
have
You need to
any
get yours today.
detox symptoms to make you uncomfortable, give your body time to sort it out. Okay, you'll be better on the other side. All right? Now, Glade Hansen. So Glade's another COVID sufferer. He had COVID. And then gets complications because of stomach damage or some gut damage that he took from medication. He got vision issues. He's tired. Because all these gut issues you have, they complicate your energy production. You can have fatigue because of what's going on in your gut. All right? Let's appreciate what he had to say to us. I'm talking to Glade Hansen. Glade, please tell me what your health concerns were before you were introduced to Mito.
I had long COVID. I was very weak, run down, and I had severe stomach damage from a prescription drug that was supposed to help me with my insulin, but it did permanent damage to my stomach, which caused me to be in extreme pain most of the time. If I went out to eat with people, I wouldn't eat. I'd just sit there and drink water. Or if I wanted to eat, I would have to go lay down for a couple of hours afterwards because it would just totally wipe me out. So that was a big deal. I've had a neuropathy in my feet, and I've had poor eyesight, and just really run down from stomach issues, and I had a problem with my back, which is solved from surgery. But anyway, I was very weak and run down. I was only good for 2-3 hours a day, and then I was about done. I'm 71.
How long, Glade, have you been that way?
Well, I took that prescription a year and a half or so ago, and then my sciatica was kicking in, which totally made me so I couldn't get any exercise. And then I couldn't sleep at night because it would keep me awake from the pain. So a year and a half.
Okay. So after you got on Mito, what did you notice, if anything, that changed in your
After
health?
you got on Mito. This is Mito.
Well, I'm the kind of guy, if I take vitamins and stuff, I never notice anything, but I take them because I know they're good for me. But anyway, after like a week and a half on this product, I noticed that normally when I wake up in the morning, I would just have to sit there for a half hour and just like I was hungover. And then I'd start to wake up a little bit. Well, that went away. I could wake up in the morning and I felt okay. I felt pretty good. And I had more energy, and I just felt better. It wasn't hypey energy. I just felt like I was when I was younger. So encouraging to get that feeling so soon. That was the first thing I noticed.
Okay. Anything else on the mind?
Well, I got a lot of
on the
things
Mito.
that it helped me with. If you want me to start going through those.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after like a month, I noticed that I no longer had stomach issues. So I had eaten, it didn't hurt. I used to have to drink if I wanted to drink coffee, I had to drink a big glass of water as I drank the coffee. I didn't have to do that anymore. I could stay up. Usually I was ready for bed like 7 at night. I didn't have to do that anymore. I didn't have to take a nap in the afternoon. So those were just it helps so much when you feel better. And then neuropathy in my feet I'd had for like 3 years, and I went to the doctor and he poked on my feet trying to see if I could feel anything. I could feel nothing. Well, after like a month on the product, I started noticing I could feel a carpet under my feet. I could feel like cracks in the floor. I could touch my feet, and they used to be really ticklish when I was young, but now I can start to feel that ticklishness in the bottom of my feet. I'm going, this is great. And then I have poor circulation, so if I used to get a little scratch in my leg, well, it would go into infection, and I would have to treat it constantly with antibiotics. And I took 3 rounds of antibiotics the last time. I took all the creams. I kept it wrapped the whole time. It took a month and a half. Well, this happened 3 times. So the last time I got another scratch, I go, oh no, I just got healed up from the last one. It was just down by my ankle. I ran into some blackberry. And 1 week I rubbed the cream on there, and it was gone. without even putting
1
any
week
dressing on or anything. I just
before
rubbed that cream on
he
2
had
or 3
problem.
times a
It
day.
took him 3 weeks to
1 week
get
it was
results.
gone, so I was really excited about that.
Awesome.
'Cause it's
And how long?
It worked
And
for
how long would it have taken before?
He said
a
3
month and
weeks.
a half with
Oh, month and a half.
antibiotics. And my whole, my leg would get real red and swell up. It's because it didn't used to be that, but my poor circulation diabetes made it where any kind of thing on my
Welcome
foot or my
everybody
leg would
that's
just
currently joining us.
get infected
Make
and go
sure you get your
raw
pens and
and
papers
go
so
on
you can take
antibiotics.
notes or a
Just
computer to take notes
have
because you
just
don't
be
want to miss this health
around a
knowledge
month
to teach
and
you
a half
how to
before
build
it go
your
away.
mitochondria up
So now,
in a
1 week it
natural
was
way
gone.
so your body can fix
Okay.
itself from anything.
Okay, so this is part one. We'll play part two on another occasion, but here's what you're listening to. You're listening to somebody who had a complicated health situation. The man had COVID. He got medication-related issues, neuropathy, and all that kind of stuff. This is what we're not trying to do. We're not trying to cure any of those. Yeah, that's what
cure.
doctors do.
Your body
All
works
we
out
want to
better.
do is regrow his mitochondria, because his body has not forgotten how to fix it.
Mhm.
It's just that it needs these resources, and our formulations are created to do that. Let's bring back the mitochondria, and let's give the body all these resources, some of which are specifically for the gut as well as the other organs. And your body can just get sorted out, right? The medication, the antibiotics he was given were actually killing his mitochondria. So definitely we need to enhance those. So that's the process. The body is way smarter. It doesn't have to go to medical school, okay? God made it that way. Why not take advantage of it when you got the right technology? Especially if you've had gut issues for years and you just have never been comfortable anytime soon in your gut. That was Leslie Mevin down in Atlanta. And it took a couple days and the whole situation was turned around. Gut bacteria, gut health, it can be very responsive to the right technology.
I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. When I got the product yesterday. Did a lot of research before I purchased it. When I got to number
She said
21,
she got the product. This is what she got.
the information on the label, I was pretty much digging in my credit card to purchase it.
She's kind of low, so she said after
formula
she did the
is just,
research, she was digging in
so
her purse
many
for her credit
wonderful
card so she
things.
could get the product.
I'm familiar with maybe half of the stuff that's in this formula. And you start to say, well, you know what? If you were to sit and purchase all these things individually, you're going to spend about $400. So you're getting a really good deal, and you're getting a high quality formula. So I was really anxious
And you're getting
to
the
get
XDS
that
that
in
you
my
can't
house.
get anywhere else.
And it came
Nobody else
yesterday.
has Dr. Belvin Ellis
So
XDS.
when I took it, and I felt like a little brain fog, kind of. I really did feel these things. It's not my imagination. You know your body, what you're used to feeling, what you're not. I felt a little brain fog, clear. So I was like, okay, that's nice. That's really cool. I'm wondering, and I took some in the evening. I went on the call, and I started hearing the testimonies and things. I went to sleep. I woke up early this morning, and I took my third 4 milligrams this morning. Well, this is what was really
4
astounding
droppers filled to
for
the 1
me.
milliliter line is a regular
Morning
dose, or
troubles with my
1
gut.
teaspoon.
I always have had morning troubles with my gut. Either I'm dealing with a lot of crampy sensations, or either I'm just it's a pain in the butt because you want to wake up and you want to feel good about the morning because this is your gift, this is your day, you're still here. So, but I'm waking up, I'm feeling, in my past, my gut was always a problem. Even though I'm eating a plant-based diet, I still had a hard time digesting. It'd be crampy, it'd be, irritating. So, this morning, it was so refreshing to actually experience the morning life with no pain whatsoever in my gut. None. It was gone. And I was liberated.
Thank you for sharing that, Leslie. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. This is a very important message. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And I want to say this. This is a very important message. And
But you know what I wanted to say? I feel good. I mean, I really feel like the anxiety, the stress, it would take about $400+ to get all that. And I'm just fortunate that Vivian shared this with me.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Thank you for you and your team making such a wonderful product.
All right. Great to be a part of your wellness journey. Yeah, a lot of us need to be liberated, don't we? From lots of things that are plaguing us. And if you got nothing wrong with you, how about we liberate you from the underperforming level you are compared to where you could be if you had more mitochondria? Either way, story's the same. All right, now, Lynn Whitlow. She had gut issues, her husband had issues, diarrhea, eye injury, vision, a lot of stuff going on. And again, health of the gut is foundational. Stuff happens good for you when we provide your gut, specifically your mitochondria in general, what it needs to start restoring you. So let's finish in from my conversation with Lynn that she shared with us. Okay, how about Lynn, Columbus, Mississippi?
I don't have a question tonight. I've got some testimonies if you would like to hear them.
I would.
Well, my husband's been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and this could help some other people, so I want to share it. He takes the Cardopa or Cinnamate, and I don't know if anybody knows, but that gives him a problem with constipation. I hesitated to put him on the Restore, but he's only been on it like maybe 2 weeks, and he is having bowel movements normal with no strain and no problems. And one other testimony, I have 2 and he has 2. He fell the day after Thanksgiving and got a really bad injury around his eye. So when we went to the doctor about 2 weeks ago, he prescribed a steroid medication to help the eyelid go back close to the eyeball because it kind of messed it up a little bit. And anyway, when I got it filled, it said it could cause blurred vision. And I thought, oh no, we're not going to do it. And I thought, I'm going to try that Rejuvenate with the Restore in it. And so I've been putting that around the eye and just rubbing it upward. And the skin is kind of loosening up, and his eyelid is going close back to his eyeball now. And then I have 2 testimonies too. I used to have diarrhea all the time. So I was real hesitant to take the Restore for fear of having diarrhea because it was oil-based. But I have not had diarrhea in probably, I've been on it, I guess, 2 or 3 months. I have not had diarrhea in 2 months, and I have a real good bowel movement with no problems. And I can even eat salad. I had gotten to where I couldn't eat a salad without just getting diarrhea real bad. And I had a salad tonight with 2 milliliters of Restore on it for my dressing. And then the other thing is my eyesight. I had started having,
to get the results.
I don't know, probably back during the summer, I started having a problem with my eyes. It was like a fog, like looking through a light fog or looking through a windshield that was not clean. And I was really getting worried about it. But I kept hearing people talk about putting the Restore and Rejuvenate on their eyelids. So I started doing it, and my vision is
like you just saw me do.
perfectly clear. Every day I look down the bathroom and look in the mirror because it's crystal clear, and I go, thank you, Lord. And when all that was going on, I got a little bit depressed, and all that's gone.
With depression
It's
as well,
totally
guys.
gone. And
It
that's
helps
all.
with everything. Is that not
Yeah,
awesome?
I so appreciate you
Build your
sharing that.
mitochondria up. That's why we don't do
I know I
facials.
talked a lot.
We
I'm
build your
sorry.
mitochondria up because your body,
No,
God already
we're not
designed
about
your
to cut
body
you
that
off,
once your
okay?
mitochondria is built up,
Oh,
you can fix
thank
yourself from
you.
anything.
Dale, I'm thinking like, why would we be anywhere else doing anything else when we can help people like we're here today, right? What better place is there to be than here? Wow.
None.
You know, like,
I try to be
there's
here
folks
every
in your,
Saturday
among the
because
folks
I
that
want
you
this
all
health
know
knowledge.
right
This
now
is
that's
how
got
I
issues
learn.
like you're hearing about, and there's no other relief for it. None. So why don't you tell them about this deal? What regrowing mitochondria can do. Okay, now, we're going to bring back Dr. Dan. Now, here's the way this works. You get on Mito, the only effective way any of us have ever found to actually regrow your mitochondria. Not talk about it, not just put it on a label, do it.
Yes.
So you get the kind of results you've been hearing.
Get on it
Now,
and be consistent and take
but if
it.
you're on it for a while, in his case,
Mhm.
8 or 9 years, since 2017, you will avoid having things go wrong that you will not find out about until after you get off of it, which is exactly what we tested when Dr. Dan went on a 2-month sabbatical, did not take Mito. And so one of the things that happened that came back on him, probably that would have happened sooner had he not been on Mito, had to do with his gut. Dr. Dan, talk to us.
Yeah, Roger. I'm normally a very regular guy. I mean, at least three bowel
I
movements
was
a
not
day.
regular till I got on the
And
products. When I started
when
testing
I
this
was
before it
on
was
my
available to
sabbatical,
everybody else,
didn't happen right
in the
away.
company,
Probably
this
it was
regulate.
a little
This
bit
helped to
over 2
regulate me.
months, 2 months and 2 days. Within about, I think, 4 or 5 weeks, all of a sudden I was maybe 2 or 3 days before I had a bowel movement. And I don't think I've ever had that problem. But it may have been a normal problem for me at 76 that I would have had, except that I've been taking MoreMito for 9 years. And so when I went off the sabbatical and said, okay, well, I'm done with this,
He's been on the
and
product
went back
for 9
on the
years,
MoreMito,
y'all.
back to being regular, no problem, 3 or 4 times
I
a day.
got on it in 2015.
And so that was a big
Made a
surprise to
difference.
me. I never thought about having a constipation problem.
Mhm.
And then now I don't have a constipation problem, but as long as I keep on MoreMito. And so,
Right.
folks, there's so many wonderful
Get rid of
things.
that
And
constipation.
I discovered so many
Get
different
on
things
MoreMito.
during my sabbatical that it corrected. We've gone over those before, but it's just amazing that you don't always know until you stop. And then if you're not on top of it thinking, well, I don't feel good. Oh, yeah, that's right. I used to be taking that product. What was it? Oh, MoreMito. Yeah, I felt better then. Folks, stay on it. Stay on it for life. And you'll have a longer life. Get back to you, Roger.
Jerry
All right,
said
I
you
love
have a
it.
longer life.
I want that longer life.
By building your mitochondria.
All right,
Or
thank you,
you get off
Dr.
of
Dan.
it, you know,
Okay,
or
so
don't ever use
Everything
it,
that we're
lose all
talking
your
about that
mitochondria.
pertains to
You
people
know what happens?
also
You just drop dead.
pertains to pets.
It's that serious.
That's why we love to hear from our partner from Ireland,
Get on
Nick
your
McQuillan.
products.
Dale, we have Nick, I see him on the panel now. Nick and Kate have an amazing business in Ireland, Pet Sitters Ireland. They're partnered with us. And we're always excited to have Nick there, some of his enthusiasm for the pet space. I think I don't see him anymore. Dale, what happened?
I got him. He's back. He's unmuted.
Okay.
Nick, go ahead.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Mhm.
Can you hear me loud and
Great.
clear?
Yes,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Amazing show. I love listening to this show. It's incredible. Where else would I want to be?
Right.
On a Saturday at 5
On
o'clock
Saturday,
where
this
I
is
am
where everybody should be.
to listen to this.
Getting this
Incredible.
knowledge.
So inspiring. And Roger, thank you for always giving me a great introduction. And like Roger says, my name is Mick McQuillan. And he's right. Myself and my wife, we do have an amazing business called Pets of Design. And that business is focused on helping pet owners feel better about something that makes them feel bad. And it's probably my number one reason why I love the Petlife product, because that's what it did for me. You know, you've heard my story before. You're probably going to hear it again, right? You know, my dog Coco, she was 12 years old. She could barely get up the stairs. She was just dragging herself up with her front legs, like her back legs were kind of like acting like stabilizers. And it was hard to watch, you know, and I wonder how she felt. And of course, you know, we were looking for something. You know, we didn't want to kind of go down we've been down that road before. Not that there's anything wrong with vets, you know, if you've got a sick dog or cat or animal, you're going to get the vet involved, right? But, you know, we didn't want to go down that route for, you know, joint pain or something.
Right.
So we were looking, you know, and we came across this amazing company. Didn't know it was amazing at the time, right? Because we were skeptical. You know, we got some of the products, Dale sent them to us. And, you know, at 10 o'clock one Sunday morning, you know, we gave it to her. We weren't sure what was going to happen, you know, but it happened. For us, it was quick. You know, 5 o'clock that night, she kind of ran up the stairs and Bucket and I were like, what? We were looking at each other, you know, didn't really, you know, kind of denied it. You know, don't believe your lying eyes, right? And, you know, the next day she just got better. she was galloping rather than just kind of sauntering. It was just mad. It was just crazy to see. And, it just made such a difference to her. And in turn, that made such a difference to me. It made me feel better about something I was feeling bad about. It made Coco feel happier. She had more energy. I always say, look, it gave her, more years in her life, but it gave her more life in those years. And it was incredible. And now we share that product with everybody. And it's just, it's just amazing to hear the stories of, how people, it makes a difference in their lives, how it's making a difference in pets' lives. One of the people that I shared this product with, they don't have any pets. They had some stuff for themselves. They got the human version of the product, and they were using the Rejuvenate on their hands. They weren't getting the result that they wanted.
This is the human version.
Then they actually rubbed in the oil. They rubbed in the oil on their hands. And they said it's just making a massive difference. And they do it first thing in the morning when they get up. They do it at 10 o'clock. And by 12 o'clock, their hands are in perfect working order. And they love it. They absolutely love it. And I love hearing how people are using these products in different ways to get the result and the outcomes that they want, a better outcome. And we all want better outcomes, whether it's better health, whatever it is. We all want better. So, look, I just love listening to these calls, listening to the results that people get, listening to how people are using the products in different ways, to get that outcomes that they want. It's just truly incredible. And, I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to be here with you guys, and share my story and the story, of other people who are using the product and the difference it's making for them. And that's what it's all about. It's about making a difference. These products make a difference for me. But if I just keep that to myself, how fair is that? I need to share this with people so it can make a difference in other people's lives too. I can't make someone take it. But if they choose to take it, great, let's see what happens. What does Roger say?
Yes.
Mix it with your DNA, see what happens. Now, if
You
you're on this
should
call for the
choose to
first time,
get on it.
you might be thinking, well, what's my next step? Your next step is to get back in touch with that person who invited you to this call and ask them, what is my next step, if any? They'll tell you.
Next step
right?
is creating
So
your
look,
free customer
I'm
website.
sure Dale's going to tell us
I
all
put it
about
in the
it
description
and
everywhere
how you
on
can
here.
get involved or how you
If
can
you
find out
need
more.
me to
Look,
actually
Roger, thank you
assist
so much. It's
you
always
can
a
text
privilege.
me.
And
As I said,
to have
text
the
me,
opportunity to be here to talk to you guys and to
817-320-2571.
share my story
And then
again
text me,
and again
we can set
and
up a
again. I
time
love
for
it.
me to
And again,
assist
it's just
you.
incredible.
Yeah.
Again, my name's Stephanie
There should
Alford.
be no end to that story.
But if somebody
Thank you,
else
Rick.
referred you, yes,
Thank
get
you,
back with
Roger.
the person
Thank you,
that
Del.
referred you.
All righty.
But you want to get on
Okay.
Mito now.
How
With
exciting
your
is that?
mitochondria, so
We're
we can hear your
you're a part of an
testimony,
international
what
community
it
of
has done
people
for
who
you.
are having an experience that few people in the
It's
world,
an amazing
a
result
growing
for
number
me.
of people in the world are having. True mitochondrial restoration. It happens nowhere else. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you are too. Okay. I think it's Dr. Joy time. So Dr. Joy has another recipe for you. Give me Dr. Joy.
I love it. 'Cause
Dale, please.
they give us great recipes. Yeah.
Dr. Joy, I have unmuted you. Go ahead.
Yes,
Dr. Joy,
you're right
we
here,
gotta-
Roger.
As y'all can see, we
Yeah.
have a
You're
lot
about
of
to
doctors
feed the gut
involved in
again.
this.
Let's go.
This is serious. This is talking
Yeah,
about your
we
mitochondria, which
So,
can mean lifelong
I'm
longevity.
so
or
excited
death.
about it though, Roger. Okay, we got this new recipe. It's called the Magic Belly Fat, Visceral Fat, Gut Health Bowl.
Oh,
It's a
we all
bowl. You know, we've gotten into
A lot
these
of us
bowls,
hate that.
right, Roger? And
Yes.
so here we are. It's pretty and it's good. So we call it the Pretty Good Bowl, right? I used to have a salad called Pretty Good Salad, so we got a pretty good bowl. And so you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's also going to boost your immune system, okay? And guess what? It's going to build your mitochondria, okay?
Hey.
And just like we heard earlier, yes, we could put a little restore on it as well to
Some
just
restore on it,
get that
guys.
flavor
Restore oil.
kicking. Okay, the most important thing we're going to do
Get ready, y'all.
is this bowl is going to do is empty out your colon. It's going to clean
Mm.
those pockets in your colon, in your gut, while making you feel wonderful top to bottom. Okay, now, so we're going to start with a clean bowl, okay? And just remember, I like the word clean. So, hey, this bowl is going to clean your colon. And that's where health starts, with a clean bloodstream, clean body. So grab your clean bowl.
So
We're
I'm
going
gonna
to
challenge
toss
any
in
of you
foods
that
that are
have
going
belly
to
fat
change what your
to
body looks like.
write recipe down, use
Okay.
it, and
So
let
there's
us know
about
your
15
results.
different foods on this list that grows these probiotics and keep
Remember
that
that
gut
number
health
is
strong.
817-320-2571.
We're
I
going
want
to
to know
put
your
about
results.
7 of them in this bowl. Always keep about 7 of them strong in the bowl. You'll get this list in your back office, okay? And you
In
can
your
make
back
these
office,
bowls
but you have to create
every
your free customer
single
website,
day.
so you have a back
Okay,
office.
just put different things in your bowl. So the greens we're going to put in the bowl, they are dandelion greens. Just wash them, chop them. They're the prettiest greens in the market anyway. Get the organic ones. Now we're going to grab a couple of cloves of garlic, crush them, let them stand for 10 minutes and mince them up. Throw them in the bowl. Put a half cup of lentils. You know, lentil is the only bean you didn't have to soak. And they're just right there for that. All this is extra fiber, and it's feeding all that good gut bacteria. Okay. Now, if you wanted croutons, you could use rye bread, 100% rye though. If you could find 100% rye flour, just make your own croutons. Now, let's put some barley in there as well. Instead of rice, you know, you say, do you want rice or a blend? Put barley. Yes. Okay. And so then you're going to toss them around, throw your teaspoon of that Restore on top, and also meal a couple of tablespoons of flaxseed. All of these are specifically working to build mitochondria in your large intestines, okay? And so now, let's suppose some people, we've got a bowl here, and you would have wanted to start your day, because you could eat this bowl for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You would have wanted a cup of coffee. What was that one thing on this list that you could use for coffee? It's called chicory roots. So get you a couple of teaspoons of chicory roots, stir it up in your hot water, and yeah, you could have put some honey there. And it is coffee can't beat it.
I'm sure.
Okay, so you got to change your morning drink, and you're never going to be constipated again. You know, sometimes people say, I don't have an appetite. Guess what? You can't put food in when you're full all the way up to your esophagus. So we got this chicory root is going to help you flush out more of the waste that's piling up in your gut. And so you're going to feel so much more energy. And drink your water in between meals. And hey, I'm looking forward to you really building up new recipes and a new pantry at your home. Thank you. Back to you, Roger.
Again,
all right, thank
that
you,
recipe Dr.
Joy
just
every meal, every time
will be in your back office. How do you get your back office? You have to create your free customer website.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get the products? You have to create your free customer website. That gets you into the system.
So now
then you can order on your website, or you can call into customer service after you created your free customer website.
Here at MoreMito, our focus is on, again, regrowing your
customer service number
mitochondria.
is 509-593-3300. 509-593-3300.
He had this technology in our product line. The first product I want to talk about is Restore. Restore's purpose is to repair your cells and regenerate your organs. It's got a total of 44 ingredients in there to do that. 2 of them are superfoods, olive oil and black seed oil. You can't get that stuff locally. We source it internationally, various places in the world, getting the best we can find depending on what the season is. When we add the rest of them, total of 44 ingredients, we process it in our lab in South Carolina for 2 months before we send it out to get that extra happening. That separates us from everything. We've all taken good stuff before, right? But none of it we grow our mitochondria. Fed the mitochondria, help the mitochondria out, but not give you more mitochondria. That's why we, as Dale will tell you, name the company after this, More Mitochondria. That's where MoreMito's name came from.
Right.
Okay? Then the second one I want to tell you about is Renew Brain and Body. It lets us introduce water-soluble components that will also regrow your mitochondria differently from the oil-soluble ones and Restore. And we've also thrown in some additional brain ingredients. Everyone needs help in that way as well. Then there's the Rejuvenate. That's a topical gel of Crete. Bevan created it because he said nobody had ever cured a sunburn. He wanted to see if he could do it. So he cut 2 holes in a t-shirt, treated one side, went laid out in the sun, got a sunburn. The side that he treated, no problem. The other side, he was burning and peeling and all that stuff that happens when you get a sunburn. Something I've never had in my life, but I understand that's a problem for some people, right? Anyway, this stuff goes all the way to the bone, right? You can mix and Restore about that earlier, right? Using that restore
Put
in
either
addition
4
to and along with rejuvenate. You put it in a jar and shake it up.
filtered
And
1
now you've
milliliter
got the
or 1
transdermal
spoon.
effect. That means carrying nutrition through the
Put it in
skin,
there.
right?
Talking about the restore
Carrying those restore
top back
along
on.
with it. Mobility issues, aching and
And
hurting
then
your
it'll turn
joints.
from white
This
to
is
this.
your go-to product. It
orange
will be a
looking.
godsend for you. Okay. So that's it. We put these
Instructions
together
on how to do that.
in
Go to the Health
bundles.
and Workshop with Stephanie on YouTube.
Bill
Go on our
brought that
playlist.
concept with him from MoreMito,
You have a
right?
video there
It
to show you
allows
how to
us
mix
to
it.
help you
Yes.
get all the things you need to regrow your mitochondria at a reduced price because you're getting like free product in this. Okay. It's a great deal. It's a great value, and it works like nothing else does. So, by all means, give this stuff a try. Put it together with your DNA. Let's see what happens in your case.
Yes.
All right? Okay.
Listen to
Now,
your
go name with the commercial.
testimonials. Okay.
Thank you,
It's in the
Roger. Listen,
description.
everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com. MoreMito.com, then a /. Type in your username and hit enter. You're going to be at your website now. You know it's your website because your name is at the top of the page, so is your phone number, so is your email, even your WhatsApp number if you put that in there. And that's how people know it's your site, because that's where they go after you've initially told somebody what you've heard, what you know, what you've learned. They go to your website to make their purchase, but they can also learn more about the products. They can read about XDS, the product list, the ingredient list, I should say, and they can see the actual labels on the products. They can listen to a selection of testimonials and, most importantly, purchase. Remember, they buy from you. You cannot purchase directly from the company. So that's where they make their purchase. But you know what? They can do one additional thing. This is really the most important thing. They can join you. They can join the company. Look, we created a one-of-a-kind product line. You know that now. The most important thing you heard today was the products, because multiple things happen for each person, because we're restoring the mitochondria. We're not fixing a thing. We created a one-of-a-kind company to support this one-of-a-kind product. What do I mean by that? I mean, you don't pay us to join. We don't charge you to tell people about these products. You don't pay monthly to be here. There's no fees, no charges. There's no forced purchases. There's no auto ship requirements.
No.
But
we do auto ship on our own because we want to make sure
we pay you differently here too. You're gonna love the way we pay people. Or should you choose to participate, you don't have to. But we'd love you to let us pay you. If you join as a referring customer, once we've verified that you're a real human being, we verified your phone and your email, then you're going to get paid not once a month, not once a week, not once a day. We pay you every time a purchase happens. That means in your back office, you're going to see Mito Cash, internal money. Use it to buy your products, use it to pay for your shipping. You can even send it to other people. And it's tremendous for those outside the U.S. because they get to purchase products without a currency conversion rate. That's hugely important. But you can also upgrade to a paid rep. There's no charge for that either. You may be seeing a pattern here. We don't nickel and dime you. Those websites I told you about, they're free. You can upgrade to a paid rep, and now you can take your money and send it to yourself as cash. Use our special ACH system through Stripe, hugely secure, and also lets you send money to banks outside the country. You can send it to your banks, you can send it to PayPal, you can send it to Venmo. Listen, we believe that you should be in charge of your pay. Roger says this wonderfully well. If your mother was going to make a plan to pay you, she'd make this plan. It's secure, and we've never seen anything like it. We've got people doing withdrawals 2 and 3 times a day. It's up to you. We just give you the power. You decide how to use it. And so you've never seen anything like it. And think about what we've done here. We've created a one-of-a-kind product line. It's not, gee, should I try this MoreMito or this other thing? There is no other stuff. It's only us that increases your mitochondria. There are products out there that talk about tuning it up, adjusting it, stimulating it. Hey, big deal. You're going to stimulate 10% of what's left. Let's take you back to that 90% level when you were a kid. Stimulate that. a completely different scenario. Only here with these products, we've given you a one-of-a-kind company to support it. Look, we did everything we can do for you. Everything except the one thing we can't do. Tell people about this. Let them know it exists. They only hear about us through you. You heard on this testimonials today, someone said, they talked about how they were hiding their condition. That can be happening all around you. People don't want others sometimes to know the way they suffer. You've got the answers. Just share it. Don't worry about getting a yes. Your job is to let them know it's here. They'll make their own decisions. We're here to help you. We've got a support system. It's at the bottom of your website. Call that number. It's staffed 6 days a week. It's been getting calls all day today. And if you call in and don't get a human, that means they're already on the phone talking to other people. Leave a message. We've got a caller from Canada that's called in 4 times today, never left a message. We see every call. If you leave a message, you get a call
like
back.
We sent out
So that number, 509-593-3300, bottom right-hand side of your website. Look, everybody,
Vernon.
you're the
Again,
reason we're here. We're in this together. We are a team. We're here. We got your back. Tell people about us, and let's get going. Let's go change the world and some pocketbooks as well. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn it back to you.
You did great, Dale. What an absolute pro you are. Star 5 on the phone or that keypad. If you join us via the internet, we're going to do our Q&A in a little bit. But let me just say this before we do. As Mick said, and I'll repeat, give the technology a try. Put it together with your DNA. See what it does for you. Give your body a chance for you to find out. Okay? And in addition to that, more people to hear what you've been hearing today. This call is our nutraceutical call. We don't put a lot of emphasis on opportunity, but let me talk opportunity with you for a moment, okay? If you were going to design the perfect opportunity for you to earn more, so maybe you could make your product more affordable or buy more for your friends and family. We've got people who bought thousands, some instances, tens of thousands of dollars worth of our product and giving it away to people they wanted to help. And we're so proud of that, right? Or maybe you have other financial needs or ambitions. If you wanted to address those, you had to design a business. What better way than having exclusive technology that no one else has, right? You heard Dale said you can't get this at Walmart. You can't find it on the internet. It only exists here, right? And let's say it worked in such an incredible way that it produced literal blind seeing, deaf hearing, cripple walking miracles. Okay? All right? That would be more than anybody could actually pray for and ask for, right? That'd be more than you could expect anyway. But it's already here. So why not take advantage of it? Right? Early on, it's like being at the head of the buffet table. It's okay to be greedy when it comes to telling other people about this technology. We'll reward you for it. Okay? It's a good thing. So if any of this that we're doing and the way we're doing it, you've noticed by now if you've been on this call, that it's like the zero hype zone. We keep health on 100, hype on 0, right? So if that way of going about business appeals to you, we think you found your company. Let's see what we can do together. Okay? So get back to that person that invited you, and let's see what we can benefit you with. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So again, star 5 on that phone.
Let's get you going.
We're getting ready to go through these calls. And by the way, if you can't stay for the Q&A,
the description is the
recording will be up in the back office about 15 minutes after that session is over.
With the person that refers
you
you
can
guys.
get it. I know people are always looking for it. So we're going to have it up right after this call. So let me get my panel sorted out. Star 5 on your phone. Again, that panel. I see the hands racing up.
Yep.
So here we go, Dale. So why don't we go with Paris P. Hill in New York?
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
I think it's Phil Paris. Let's find out. I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, within the past couple of days, got a diagnosis of a heart failure. So my heart is at 45%. I have been aware of the the product, and I want to get on it, like to get on it, but I need some advice as to exactly what should I take and as to if there are times you could apply to me meds, because they give me 4 meds to take.
Okay, maybe I'm having a little bit of difficulty hearing you.
Yeah,
Tell me your name. Is it Phil?
Yeah.
Phil Paris.
Phil Paris. Okay, Phil. And the health concern you had, say that once more, please.
Heart failure.
Heart failure. Okay.
Heart failure. Yeah.
Okay, so here's how mitochondria affects heart. First of all, heart's one of the top 3 organs as it pertains to mitochondria. They have a lot of what I call mitochondrial infrastructure. Those cells are programmed to grow a lot of mitochondria, so they respond really well to the signals that our technology sends to cause that to happen. All right? Now, the other thing I can share with you is we've had a lot of practice at this.
Yes, we
So every time your heart beats, they measure with something called ejection fraction. That means
This
what
helped my
percent of your
heart. I
blood
have
got
heart
pumped
issues,
out. Normal
guys.
should
This
be
helped
between
mine.
50 and 70. Okay, if it's below 50, you got heart failure. Okay, that's where you are. If it's between 20 and 30, they give you 5 years to live. As James would tell you from California, he was all the way down to 15. All right, this approach we have of regrowing mitochondria has brought people back from that low. So all you have to do is get on this technology, take it, get a bundle of it, take it, and feel free to take more.
Brain and body bundle.
Okay? When you've got a situation, if it's cancer, if it's heart failure, if it's kidney failure, if you can double or triple dose, I do that every day anyway.
Double
just
means
to
order 2 of
keep
these.
up with everything I got to
Triple
keep
means
up with,
order
not
3
because
of
I
these.
have any life-threatening
3 of these
situation.
bundles.
It will also be better. Any amount you take will be good, more is going to be even better. You want to get a brain and body bundle. You're playing all the keys with respect to
This is the brain and
regrowing
body bundle.
mitochondria. You got the oil-soluble ones coming from
brain and
Restore,
body,
the water-soluble
Restore Oil,
for the
Rejuvenate
brain
Gel.
and body. You can take the Rejuvenate, mix them, Restore in it, and put it right where you may have any other specific issues. Okay, Phil?
Yes, is there one question as to should I support taking it from the time with my meds, because I still got to take the meds meanwhile?
Okay, take it away from the meds. Don't take it at the same time you do the meds, okay?
Yeah.
Just take it
Use
away
the product,
from the meds.
product different from when you
Like
take
an
your
hour
meds. So don't
or so?
take your meds and take the
That would
product
be
at the
good.
same time. Take your meds and
at
take the product
45%
later, or
at,
use the product and take your meds later
it's pumping out like 45%, they said.
for best
So,
results.
Okay, were you just giving me your injection fraction? What's your measurement for your heart performance?
45%.
45? Okay.
Heart is 45%, okay.
So what was Sam Slade for 18 and a half years? 43? And he went from 43 to 63. Went from heart failure to high normal. You couldn't tell he ever had a heart failure problem. So yeah, the strong precedent for regrowing your mitochondria as a way of helping your heart. Okay?
Okay. One last question about it. Because the funds are a little tight now. So I'm saying, if I double up the first month on maintenance dose, the regular dose on the bottle afterward, that'll be sufficient to help bring me back.
Okay, I'm still struggling to understand what you're saying. Are you asking me about our money back guarantee?
No. I'm asking. I said funds are a bit tight now to take like a double or triple dose consistently.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if I get to like double it after like the first 2 weeks or at least for the first month.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So you won't necessarily have to stay at that high level indefinitely. You know, you can take more. The only mitigating factor would be if you have any detox symptoms. You know, like we had one of the people on the interviews I played today say, if that's the case, if for any reason your body is bringing out more toxins than is comfortable for you, all you need to do is reduce the amount you're taking until that passes and then turn it back up. But other than that, it's full speed ahead, all these higher doses to quickly benefit your heart.
And should I rub the gel over my chest also?
Yes, you can do that. I have no idea how that works, but it does. Okay?
Okay,
Thank you very
gets
much.
through your skin, okay?
Okay, great having you on, Phil.
Great questions.
You got
Great
kidney
question.
issue, you can rot in your kidney
Indeed.
area, your
So,
appendix,
all
rot
right,
in your
Val.
appendix area. It gets through that skin, guys. We've had several people
Erica
reporting great results.
Ellison.
All
You can
right,
use it from
Erica.
head to
California.
toe.
I have
okay?
unmuted you.
Use
Go
your
ahead
gel,
with your question,
use it from
Erica.
head to toe.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
I
we can.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much for taking my question. I was just calling because I've had a friend that has had a few miscarriages. Would this be okay for her to try to take, or is it okay to take during pregnancy also?
Yes, it's fine. Remember, you have to remember what our stuff is basically food. You know, there's nothing artificial
safe for anybody
that would cause you a problem in it. It's food. You know, that's why I call it a high-tech salad dressing. I mean, you can literally, you know,
That's
put
why
this
you
stuff
hear
on a
putting
salad and
the
eat it.
restore oil
And it
on
would be
salad
great for you.
in
And
food,
it's
okay?
particularly good for your
And
gut,
some
like we're
people
talking about,
actually
because we got so
open
many
the
polyphenols in it. Your gut
body and
bacteria
mind
loves
capsules
those,
and
it
put it in their
suppresses
food,
bad
okay? Or in
bacteria
their
and
drinks.
encourages the good ones. So
And get it in their
it's
system.
just all good every way you look at it.
And so during pregnancy, would you just want to take a regular dose, half dose, double?
I would say you need to just play that by ear. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're generally healthy, then you'll respond to any dose you take, right? But the general idea is you start with that starting dose and then see how it goes. If you want to experiment with seeing let's say you have no specific issues, right? But you may want to experiment with taking more just to see if it does more for you. Okay.
Right.
But there's no reason to treat it any differently because you're pregnant. I should say that as well.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Remember,
for me,
it's
I
not
have a
medication.
bone marrow disorder,
It's nutraceutical.
which
It's
makes
building up that
my
mitochondria.
bone marrow continue to create platelets, like an extreme amount of platelets. Do you have any suggestions for me on that one?
No, and you know, like I have to give my standard disclaimer. We don't do conditions, we do mitochondria, but we try to let people know what other people have reported who have a similar condition or concern, right? So I have not had that specific one. That one's kind of rare for us. We haven't seen that. But here's what I can tell you in general, okay? These situations where the body needs to adjust something, autoimmune conditions, for example, body attacking itself, or, well, it doesn't come to mind right now, but I know we had a gentleman whose heart, from the time he was really early in life, was always racing really fast. Like he had an extra node on his heart, and his heart was just always beating fast. He gets on our technology, and the heart goes back to normal. So we've seen so many instances of where they call it idiosyncratic. There's something wrong. They don't necessarily know what to do about it. Situations that the body is actually intelligent enough to fix, given that we provided with the opportunity to restore the mitochondria. So I would definitely try.
Okay, sounds good. I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for your help.
All right. By all means, stay in touch and let us know, because it's an important situation since we haven't seen it before. Okay?
Well, it's a very rare condition in general, so that makes sense that you wouldn't have heard it before. But I'll definitely keep in touch.
All right. Thank you, Erica. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to New York and talk to Maria Garcia.
All right, Maria, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, this is Laura. So I'm just curious, could I use MoreMito for when I have lower back pain and when I have headaches instead of instead of a pharmaceutical medication?
So, yeah, it's like using nourishment, okay? We have people with migraines, for example. Chronic migraines, had them for years, all that kind of
Used to
stuff.
be me, guys. I don't have it anymore.
We regrow that mitochondria and somehow or another the body normalizing that. That's kind of what I was getting at with the previous call. We're not claiming that as a cure, because we don't we stop at, we regrow mitochondria, and we count on people to let us know what happened in their instances, you know, because they did. And what was the other piece you asked me about? What was the second part?
So, the medication I take for migraines and lower back pain.
Okay, so migraines I touched on.
What is that?
Lower back pain, you want to just massage that mixture of Restore and Rejuvenate into your back area. Just do it, and the key with it that some people don't get is that you need to do it frequently. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day is not too many. And your body will use
just while I was at the
the
dentist,
nourishment, the nutrition
times.
in the formulation to normalize a lot of situations.
Before that, and
because
then afterwards, but
we're touching on things like your endocannabinoid system that deals with the expression of pain in your extremities and the way your brain interprets it. And there's a lot happening there. And that we don't even need to get into necessarily. Just that it's like you take it and your body knows what to do with it. You know, and there's some manipulations that you can do. Dr. Joyce talked about that, where you got a sciatic issue. Dr. Joy, can you come back, please? Give me some time, Dr. Joy, so we can see you on the call. I'm going to let her talk about how you rub your back in the right way. I saw her take a lady who was in extreme pain sitting in a wheelchair, and within minutes she rubbed her. I saw Dr. Joy take a lady who had extreme back discomfort, and she used our Restore massage into the lower back, and the lady went from crying because she was hurting to crying because she was happy. Okay, I don't see Dr. Joy
crying from tears of pain
anyway,
to
rub
tears
it
of
into your
joy.
back,
And that's
rub it into your low back and everything like that on both sides. I do it on my back all the time. I got a back injury when I was in high school, and so I have to be careful to maintain it, do the exercises and all of that. So I think you'll be happy with it if you add ours to it. Okay.
Give that a try instead of taking it in process my first.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. How about both for South Carolina, where we got Todd Thompson?
All right, Todd, I have unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, how you doing? It's great to talk to you guys again.
Great, Todd.
You too.
Hi, I wanted to give a testimony on the Petlife.
Hey.
I had a interesting thing happen where my cat got sick, and she was throwing up all over the house for a long time. I've never seen that happen before. I've seen them throw up when they get hairballs, 1 or 2 or 3 times, but she must have thrown up like 15 times or something like that. She was really sick and was really having a hard time recovering from it. She couldn't even meow. It was like she was so weak. And I gave her the Petlife, and after 1 dose, I'm not kidding you, 1 dose of it, she was running around and happy, and I gave her another dose. The next time I fed her, she started meowing normally again, and it was just totally fine. Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Build that cat's mitochondria.
Hey, thanks for sharing that, Todd.
You're welcome. And I wanted to share with the lady that was just asking about low back pain and migraines. I've had that, for 20-some years. And from taking the Restore and using the Rejuvenate Gel with the Restore mixed in, I hardly have any headaches or low back pain anymore.
All right.
It's amazing. Taking all 3 because they're all formulated to work together, okay?
Thank you so much.
People say, from this and from that.
Thank you.
But they're all formulated to work together, so the capsules are getting in there doing certain things
so
with your mitochondria. The Restore is doing certain things with your
Grace
mitochondria, and the
Rejuvenate
Gel
is
doing certain things with your mitochondria, okay?
Grace. Unmute Grace.
I've unmuted you, Grace. Go ahead.
Hey, Raj.
Hey.
I have Michael on the, Michael's here too. He's at dialysis, but he's here. He can hear you. Michael?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Michael, good, Michael. Let me set up what you're going to tell us, Michael. Because this happens to other people as well.
Make sure you listen.
You've been on that technology for a
make sure you
while.
forward this information
you were clearly
to
getting some benefits, but you go to the doctor, and the doctor kind of throws cold water and says, we can't tell any difference. and then we talk. Let's say, but what difference do you see? So update us on your latest experience, please.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. So in 2023, I lost my eyesight due to diabetic retinopathy, and I learned about this product almost a year ago. So Grace brought it to me through a friend, and I started to experience some benefits initially. However, the things that I really wanted to do or wanted this to do, it didn't seem like it was doing, and that was to restore my eyesight. And then I would go to the eye doctor, and I was using it aggressively as well, triple dosing, putting the restore in my eyes, rubbing it on my eyelids, the whole 9 yards. And so I had an experience. I went to the doctor, and they said, "Oh, there was no change," but clearly there was change, because after the first time I rubbed it on my eyes aggressively, I was able to have greater light perception. So I spoke to Dr. Roger, and
I experienced that with my eye
him being able to find the corners of the circle, he kind of redirected me back to my body. And so back in December, I had a moment where my eyes cut on, and I was able to see the room. I was able to see pictures on the wall. I was able to see the person that I was with. But since then, there has been really nothing going on, and actually it seemed like it was worse. However, what I did was I started to change my diet. I started to implement some of the things that Dr. Joy was suggesting, and Dr. Dan, and Grace has been a major help for me, making sure that I stay on my diet, taking me to the store, telling me no when I wanted certain things, and she's been sticking to her guns. And she'd say things like, "Well, how you gonna get it?" So I appreciated her for doing that. And so we started to add the intermittent fasting. And I was in the car with her yesterday, and I was able to see my hand for the first time in almost 3 years. And I've seen Grace's eyes for the first time ever. And it was just an amazing experience. So I just want to encourage the person that may not
dialysis, get on it and stay on it, regardless of what your doctor says.
That there is no cure. When they say no cure, they just mean they haven't discovered one. However, your body knows exactly what to do, and guess what? It's not going to go about it the way you think it should go. It didn't consult with you when it created you, and it's not going to consult with you when it's fixing the things that we messed up.
Well put.
So I'm just so grateful, and Mr. Hill, I'm thankful for just the whole structure that you placed around this, and that you put diet and exercise around this. And it just came off of that. We just started the intermittent fasting as well. So I'm just so grateful for that, and it gave me a little bit more. It gave me a lot more hope that if I just keep on the journey, and that's all about the journey. If I just stay on the journey, if I keep my head down and just stay focused on the journey, I'm going to bump into the destination. So thank you very much.
He gave an awesome testimony, y'all. But you can
and
also
thank you, Michael,
go
for being
on the
so
Health
open
Web
about
Show,
this.
Stephanie,
It
on
really helps
YouTube.
us
Go on
in
the
situations
playlist,
where we
go
might
down
occasionally
to
get someone who
dialysis,
says, "Well, it's
diabetes,
not
and
working for
dialysis.
me." And my
Listen to Miss
question back
Irma
to them
G's testimonial.
is that because
She got
you're
on
not
the
allowing you
product,
to?
and within
Because
4
of the way
months,
you're eating?
they told her
The
she
way
no
you're
longer
not
needed to come to
exercising?
dialysis, okay?
It's like,
So she came out of dialysis.
it's not like we're the
from
only
getting her
factor
product,
in your
building
health,
her
and that's why we
mitochondria.
have these
Most
health and
people come
wellness
off of
calls.
dialysis
I'm
because
happy
they
you
passed
called
away,
out
okay?
to inform people so that they are more educated about the part that they can do. So thank you again, Michael.
My pleasure.
And great shout out to you, Grace,
testimonial
because you've been an absolute
Michael.
angel. You worked with him on that diet and everything, and kept him encouraged.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you,
Alrighty.
Mr. Hill. And I want to tell everybody, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Absolutely. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
All right.
We got. Well, let's get Dr. Joy Scott back. I want to have her give her method for the back pain issue. So let's go to her.
Great. Go ahead, Dr. Joy.
Okay. Let me just make sure I'm unmuted here.
You're unmuted.
Okay.
We hear you.
Okay,
about
wonderful.
back pain. I've just seen you work on people's back in real time and give them amazing relief. Could you briefly recap that, please?
Yes. So the first thing I do, real simply, you would have put 2 teaspoons of your Restore in your Rejuvenate, and you've shaken it up. I beat it in my hand a little bit, and it's nice and peachy. And then I'm going to ask them, I want to put this in the middle top of your hip, in that middle of your hip where that joint is. And, you know, first I would have wanted you to lay on your stomach to see which leg is shorter than the other one. And that short one is where we want to put it, that hip. And we get a glob of that, put it right there. You're going to sense that there's a little ball up under the skin there, and it's going to be inflamed a little bit because you could just roll your hand over it, but you're going to get your elbow, and put it on that middle top of the hip. And it's going to roll over a little ball that's up under the skin that's causing that stress, that inflammation under that joint to draw that leg up a little shorter, that's causing that pain to go down that leg. So I rub the cream in, and I get my elbow, stick it in there, and roll it over, push it down. You can lean down with your elbow and put a little pressure. This is reflexology that we're talking about. This is a modality that people use. And so you're putting pressure instead of putting needles. You're just putting pressure. Roll over it, put a little pressure. Do it for 3 minutes. And then you're going to pull those feet back together. The legs are the same length. You get up and walk. Oh, my goodness. The world is totally different now. The legs, you know, it just took all the stress out of that. And then you could get a little gadget yourself. Put that cream right there in the middle of your hip. You didn't even know it was hurting before, right there. But it's inflamed, and you could put a little gadget, rub on a doorknob or something of that sort, and put the pressure yourself or train your partner to do it. And use that Rejuvenate there every day, twice and 3-4 times a day. It will leave
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't forget to do all your little recipes. Take the Restore. You want to take that several times a day. It's removing all that inflammation. You know, take at least 2 mLs 4 or 5 times a day. Thank you.
2 mLs 4
All
or
right,
5
thank
times
you,
a
Dr.
day.
Joy. Daniel Wasu. I talked to Daniel earlier today. I'm glad to see you on the call. Give me Daniel.
Daniel, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question. We lost
Daniel. We lost Daniel all of a sudden. Okay, so Daniel, call back in. Okay. In the meantime, Melvin Arnold, we'll pick up Daniel when he comes back.
All right, Melvin, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow, great talk today. Roger, I remember that, Roger. I was telling you about my stomach surgery, and you was telling me about my scar. You know, mix the Rejuvenate and the Restore to get rid of the scar. You know, use that, you know, at least 5 times a day. And lo and behold, it's taking that scar away, and I can't even tell I had surgery on a particular part of that scar. Well, what caused that was I had to have emergency stomach surgery. I was in a restaurant, Olive Garden, with my oldest sister and daughter. I got this bad stomach pain. I had something similar, but this was worse. Ended up having to have that major stomach surgery. Well, about 3 days ago, that same pain came. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, please don't tell me I got to have surgery in the same spot again. I mean, it hurt so bad. I fell down to my knees. You know, as someone made, you know, understand, started speaking in the spirit, and all of a sudden I'm praying, and I'm like, what's going on? I ended up having to do a little small urination, and then it was such a bad pain, and I remember I said, oh my gosh, my Refill Rejuvenate. So I grabbed the Refill Rejuvenate, I rubbed it in that area that I had the pain. And then all of a sudden I got to say, I said, man, I wonder if parasites are messing around with me also. All of a sudden, Roger, I can see, the shift of the pain moving. So, just, oh man, please go away, please go away. So it just lingers a little bit more. And so I said, I got to put some more. I put some more on, and I feel the pain a little. And now I feel myself like I got to have a bowel movement. So I was upstairs where I was at the time, and I was able to work myself downstairs with dealing with the pain. So I get in, prepared to have a bowel movement, very small, but I just felt that pain really bad. And all of a sudden, I had a larger bowel movement, and I had no doubt in my mind from what I saw with my bowel movement and the bubbles that I get rid of some parasites. But what I want to stress a lot about, Roger, too, is this. I listen to a lot of these testimonials, and I use the products on what other people are using on that I'm not challenged with, but I know it's a preventative way of doing it. So what I'm saying to people is, you got to stop. You got to remember to use it throughout the day, not just once. You got to use it throughout the day. And man, I'm just having so much fun. The gentleman that got on today, Phil, folks, he dripping information off you because I haven't spoken to Phil in a long time, but he called me back. People will call you back. You heard Phil on the call, people. He was the one asking Roger the questions. And so the other thing is, I love the conversation plan. Why? Because we get to write our own checks. What do I mean, folks? In other words, if you need money, just go share your link.
Yes.
People that are scared to talk to people, share the information from the app that we have. We're scared to talk to people, ask them for their opinion.
Yes.
3 ways I'm on the call. Yes. I'm having so much fun. Thanks again, Roger.
MoreMito is fun,
you guys.
All right. Thank you, Melvin.
It's fun for you
See y'all on Sunday,
get your
6
mitochondria built up so your body can fix itself.
All right.
It's fun that you can share your link with other people. Whether
we
it's
have
go to
Shirley and William.
The MoreMito
Right.
app.
Sweet,
Right.
Louisiana.
And then
Shirley
of
and
course I share
William,
with
I've
Health
unmuted
World
you.
Show with
Go
Stephanie
ahead.
as well. It's just a
Hello,
lot of fun.
hello,
I
Mito
can make as much
family.
as I want.
I have a testimonial. 2 years ago, my husband went to the ER because his blood pressure meds stopped working. When we got to the ER, his blood pressure was 230 over 190. His oxygen level was very low. They admitted him to the hospital. They ran tests. They ran tests on his heart, and his heart level was very low, it was 35. We left the hospital, and they put him on 2 blood pressure medicines and a heart med. In January of this year, they did an echocardiogram on my husband, and it was still 35. He has been on MoreMito for 8 months. We went to the cardio doctor May 7th, which was last week. Before we could sit down in the doctor's office, his doctor said, I have great news for you. Your echocardiogram has went from 35 to 55.
Okay.
And it came back at 55. And he said, I checked your numbers 3 times. And each time I checked them, they were still the same. So I just want to let the gentleman was talking about his heart. MoreMito, get on it, never get off of it. My husband has changed his diet. He exercises every day. He keeps a recording record of his blood pressure. And his doctor, cardiology doctor, he said, I love it when my patient's health turn completely around. And I just want to thank God first, Dr. Belvin, Roy Hill, Dale,
This was a godsend, MoreMito, and I just want to thank you.
Yes, this is God
And
sent.
thank you for sharing that and
in
letting
December
us be a part of your
2015 and
wellness
asked for
journey.
something to take
We
me
really,
off all my
really
pills.
appreciate it because
And
this is
God
how
said
this works, right?
He answers prayers.
You can't separate what works from what's hype
Mm-hmm.
until you genuinely see it, hear from people like what you've been hearing on the call today.
Right.
So thank all of you for sharing that.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you so very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so let me see if Dr. Dan, did you have a parting comment? Or was your hand up from before? I guess not.
Roger, were you asking for me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was. Wait a minute, hold on, stand by. I got Daniel. I got two people back. I gotta get them first. But did you have another comment or no?
Oh, no, I didn't have one, but I thought that was amazing. I'm very happy to hear that result on the heart like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all day, every day. All right, thank you. I'm gonna put you back. I'm gonna go to Daniel. Daniel, are you with me? Daniel, we having an issue. Maybe you're muted or you're in. I'm not seeing anything coming from your end. So are you muted on your phone? Okay, work with it. I'm gonna put you back, and we're gonna get Phyllis from Charlotte. Okay, try to work it out, Daniel.
Go ahead.
Hi, could I ask Dr. Dan something?
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Dan, you were speaking of some probiotic foods to eat this morning, and there was something that you said, and I couldn't understand if you were saying the hemp seed, something to eat every day.
I was talking about, well, what I was, by the way, folks, I've taken probiotics for years. Now they say that doesn't do much. It just sort of moves through, doesn't really take hold. The best way to do it is to, like kimchi, fermented sauerkraut, fermented, there's one I'm taking fermented pickles, like boobies. Pickles and sauerkraut are excellent. There's a difference between a lot of the sauerkraut and pickles and stuff put out there. They just use vinegar. That's not how you do it. You take water and a little salt, and that's how they ferment. That's how our ancestors did it. They didn't use vinegar, and vinegar is not real. So you eat that, but I don't know if that's what you're thinking about, or is there something else that I said?
You had said flaxseed was one of the things.
Well, flaxseed, yeah, and I just read yesterday, or listened to the deal, the mixing flaxseed and chia together, and then taking some of that before you go to sleep at night will do your gut a great deal of good. But flaxseed and chia.
What kind of information
flaxseed and chia.
FLAX.
So mixed flaxseed and chia.
Yeah, just a couple of tablespoons before you go to bed.
Before you go to bed.
Okay.
So Dr. Dan, we have a nutritional call an hour before this corporate call each Saturday, but that one
you
we
take
pay for because.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said.
The glass jar.
Yeah, that's what I'm eating her pickles right now and drinking the juice. Is she? Are you doing kimchi?
Are you saying Kimchi? How are you spelling that?
Kimchi is
Korean. Kimchi. Kimchi.
Say that again.
Kimchi. It's a Korean cabbage that they fermented, and they have hot, mild, and stuff. And then also, there's one I picked up at Sprouts that's fermented beets, and I started with that one. I'll take that in just a little bit. And then also, there's other things to do like resistant starch, but you don't want to do too much to start with. You want to build up to it because it may bloat you and be very uncomfortable. Then you don't want to do it. So you gradually increase it over 3 or 4 weeks.
All right.
So guys, what I was saying was, Dr. Dan is for some of the professional ball players used to go to, went to when they had injuries, right? And he helped them to get back to where they can go out there and be their best, right? So he does a call an hour before our call. And that is on, when you go in and do your order, it's normally the last one on there. And Mr. Hill has negotiated a small amount for you to be able to get on that call.
Yes,
that
go
call
right ahead.
is
Now
important, but you do have to pay for it. I pay for it.
Hey there,
every month.
this is Clifford's
So,
sister.
and because I'm a referring customer, I only
Good
pay $20 a
afternoon,
month to
everybody.
be able to get on that call.
I
It's
am
awesome.
driving. I've got
But you get to ask. You have more of a
things I
one-on-one
wanted
with
to
Dr.
share.
Dan
First,
then
Pet
versus on
Life.
this call.
I have a cat, and I noticed
So she's talking about the pet life
that,
for her cat.
you know, after they urinate, and that hits the air, the ammonia is created. This is probably a first, but that ammonia smell is gone. I just want to put that out there in case someone has
is gone when her
experienced
cat
that with their
urinates
animal. I don't
since
know.
she got on the
But I thought that was rather
cat on the
unique.
Pet Life. Awesome.
She's like 6 years old, and she's just bounding all over the place. Great energy, and I appreciate that. The other thing, I have a new client that is with multiple sclerosis, and I wanted to know a little bit more, Dr. Dan, about the brain-gut connection. You started out and couldn't really finish this morning. What dietary changes can I suggest to her? She's 30 years in. She can walk straight, very little need for support of a cane. No pain, fortunately, but she took the MoreMito Rejuvenate only to start. That's all I had at the time. And her hands that she was losing feeling in by the third day, she was feeling her hands. She had issue with double vision when she looked up. That she could tell was improved, as well as her clarity after, again, the third day of just the Rejuvenate. So she put in another order. She wants to continue, but I know, as most, they need more help with their diet. Yeah. So again, reiterate for me, please,
to get the full
what questions I should ask about her diet, or what should I have her introduced to her diet, so forth.
Dr. Dan, are you there?
Yes, Roger. Roger, I think the best way for us to do this is to type this up and have it in the back office. But you gradually, what we're aiming to do is increase good fiber through food, not just taking fiber supplements, but through food, but not too much in the beginning. We're also doing resistant starch, which is like what I did yesterday is 2 days ago is took those little red potatoes, boiled them, and then immediately after I boiled them, I put it in the refrigerator. And I'm leaving it in the refrigerator and just eating a couple of the little ones as I go. That helps build up the good bacteria. And then using fermented food, like what we were talking about a few minutes ago. But don't do too much to start with. Do a little bit. And then if you do too much, you may feel real uncomfortable and bloated until all that passed. So you build up, and their suggestion of 3 to 4 weeks. You eventually want to be doing at least 35 grams of fiber a day, and preferably much more than that. But if you start off that way, it'd be very uncomfortable. So we got to build up on it. And so I think I'll talk about it some more next Saturday, I think, because there's a lot to this, to doing it right.
He's going to talk about it on the nutrition call.
I took a screenshot. I'll give it to you in case you want to call her back directly and continue that conversation.
So it's an hour before.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
We didn't mention that. Okay, let's try Daniel.
All right, Daniel, we're trying you again. Can you speak with us? I've unmuted you. You're calling on the web. You may have trouble with your computer microphone.
Okay, Daniel, I will call you after the call like we talked about anyway. So let me do that then. We're obviously having a difficulty getting through to you now. Okay? All right, okay, put him back. I'll catch up with him. He's got a really, really good story. Okay, so Theo Bonet was the last word.
All right, thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you heard powerful things on today's call. I just want to mention again how unique this product is. It restores your mitochondria, replaces it, and multiple things start to happen. Things that have gone wrong, you've been losing mitochondria all your life. How quickly your body responds is up to your body, but the response happens. So change people's lives. Let them know it's here. Let them know that their lives can be different. And let's go. Listen, next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. It's the last Monday of the month. That means there's a whole week left in May after Memorial Day weekend. So you're going to be with people you're not normally with. Get those orders in. Order some of the trial size Rejuvenate. Share the message, and just be ready, if nothing else, with your app to send testimonials. Let's change some lives. We're here to help you. You need something, call us.
You can order these.
And we'll see you Monday night. Roger, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Dale. So we're going to continue this topic on Monday. We're going to get more into the belly fat angle. We approach belly fat this time from the probiotic standpoint and the prebiotic standpoint. But Dr. Dan and I we got some unwanted belly fat we're trying to get rid of. So we're going to go deeper into that and tell you some other things that we've learned and that we're doing about that will help you even more. All right. I want to shout out particularly all the people who got family members on here. It always does myself good to see my brother from Durham, North Carolina. If you got family and friends, you have my admiration and thanks. You know, family and friends are important to us. Yes. They should absolutely know about what we're doing if you care about them, and I'm sure you do. Okay. So thank you for being the very best part of MoreMito. Once again, we'll see you on Monday
and see what it does for your mitochondria, guys. Okay. Guys, was that not awesome? Okay, I hope that y'all got that recipe for that, what to do about that unwanted belly fat, right? If you didn't, just go and listen to the episode again. It will be up on the Health Web Show. Stephanie, Success on Stephanie. And we're also live on Facebook Live. So, but when you go on the Health Web Show, any of these, make sure you subscribe, like, Facebook, follow us, okay? Because we want this out in front of more people because everybody has mitochondria, right? So this is something that everybody needs, okay? Because every human has mitochondria. You know, people have products and, you know, it's not formulated for every single person. But guess what? Every single person has mitochondria. So our food, our nutraceuticals work for, you know, for you building your mitochondria, right? Every pet has mitochondria, right? So every pet needs our products, guys, to build their mitochondria up. You know, because pets have some of the same things that we do, okay? Because they have mitochondria. So again, you can look in the description and get the website to create your free customer website. If somebody else referred you, you want to get back with that person that refers you. If you need me to assist you with doing your orders, helping you with your website, you can text me first at 817-320-2571. Make sure you include your name. Again, 817-320-2571. I ask that you respect and do a text first because I have a busy schedule. That way I can respond back and we can set a time that works for you and myself for us to have a conversation or whatever it is that we need to do. Some things I may be able to answer via text, right? But again, if you'll text 817-320-2571, we will be happy to assist you in whatever it is that you are needing. But just know, everybody has mitochondria, right? And your mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. It's, you know, your mitochondria is hitting you at that cellular level, right? Because everything takes energy. Remember, if you lost all your mitochondria, you would just drop dead. That's how serious mitochondria is. Do we have your attention? So you need to get on your products so you can build your mitochondria up, right? You, your family, everybody needs to be on there because mitochondria is very serious. So if you have not created your free customer website, again, if somebody has referred you, go to that person that referred you. So you can either do the link that I showed you that is in the thing, or you can go to make it easy. You can go to moremito.com/salford. That's moremito.com/SALFORD. When you do that, you'll go to join. If you're on a computer, it'll be in the top right hand. If you're on a phone, you're going to click menu, then join. Then click on referring customer. Then once that page pulls up, it's going to ask you to choose a username. Do not use an email address. you want to use your username is going to be the ending of your website. So everybody's website starts with moremito.com/. Then it'll be your username. So choose a username. Then you'll choose a password. You'll put your email, your name, address, phone number. Choose that you're not a robot and register. And your website's up just like that, guys. Once you have created your free customer website, understand everybody has to have a free customer website. Everybody has to be referred. Okay. Then from there, then you can now go and download your free MoreMito app, whether you is going to the App Store or the Play Store, depending on whether you're iPhone or Android, and create your free customer website. It's going to ask you for your username and password, which is the same that you just did to create your website. Is that not awesome? Then from there are testimonials that you can send out, right? I suggest that you send out the mitochondria story first, because a lot of people don't know what mitochondria is. So you send out the mitochondria story so they know what mitochondria is. And then if whatever ailment they have eye problems, you go up under the people products, send them something by eyes. Or they have a pet, go up under the pet label, and then send them something about the pets. But guess what? It is tracked. So when you send it to somebody, you'll know they either listened to it or watched it, because the app tracks everything, guys. So no, if I sent you something, or if somebody sent you something from the app, we know whether you listened to it, watched it, etc., because it notifies us everything. Okay, even when you go there and do your orders, the app notifies us. The app notifies us when you do your free customer website. I love it. But then you can also go on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie on YouTube, and you can, any of those episodes that's on there, you can send those out as well. So we have tons of tools. If you need, a little bit of training, you can go on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, go under training, and there's a label. There's a playlist there of training videos that you can use, and you can get your products and get off the ground running. Whether you just want to be a happy customer, whether you want to get your products for free. Isn't that a better way to do it? Instead of coming out your pocket, why not get your products for free? I love it. It just fell in my lap where, people were asking me questions. I didn't go out telling people. People asked me. You know why? Because they know for years I had been in a lot of pain. Because, doctors had told me that I would be in pain for the rest of my life, right? Well, do I look like I'm in pain? I am not. But they told me I would be in pain for the rest of my life. They told me I couldn't take care of my family. They told me I would never be able to have a child. Well, my youngest daughter is 24 years old at the time of doing this episode. And she came after they told me that. But there were several things that they told me I couldn't do. But guess what? God has the last say so. Because God designed our bodies to fix itself. All I got to do is build that mitochondria up. So you want to get the products, right? So, anyway. But, I listened. I heard what the doctor said. But guess what? I prayed to God. When I went to the neurologist for the migraines, I prayed to God when she was telling me how some of the medicines they had me on, 2 to be exact, were having side effects. It was taking my migraine away, immediately giving it back, and causing me to be depressed. And that's why I couldn't multitask and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, tears running down my eyes, because I'm like, I'm listening to what doctors told me, but I'm having side effects. I'm having depression. I didn't know I had been depressed all this time, right? So I prayed to God while I was in that doctor's office. I said, God, can you please send me something where I don't have to take all these pills? I was literally on 18 to 20 different medications, guys. And I'm one of those that never liked taking pills. Well, when I prayed, this was in December 2015. Our God is an awesome God. By December 31st, I got that phone call, and I was told about the products. And I have been on the products ever since, God. And this is what has changed my life. This is taking me off all of those medications. I don't go to those doctors anymore. And I was going to a lot of different doctors and specialists, guys. So you owe it to yourself to get your mitochondria strong. Again, if you have questions, feel free to text me. 817-320-2571. Y'all have a blessed one, and go out and create your free customer website and get your products.